very proud president of Mariswe. And just to get our introductions done, I think today what we'd really like to know is, how is this lockdown working for you? Because it's been extended for a further 2 weeks, and I'm actually adjusting quite well, though I wake up 3 hours later than I should. I think it's working quite well, but I'm getting some work done. Online is not too bad. You get your work done, you do your things at your own time, just as long as your boss gets their stuff on time. I think it still works. And how are you all adjusting with your work, school, whatever environment you are? As we go around, I will just call out according to the list so that I don't miss anybody. Please do introduce yourselves and tell us how this is all working out for you. I'll hand it over firstly to Rick.
Thank you, Madam President. We're largely unaffected where we are because we work from home, or to put it differently, we live at the office. And both our housekeeper and our gardener live on the property, so service continues, which means our tenants still get their washing done and their rooms serviced, things like that. We're going out a whole lot less than we used to. In fact, Judith has not gone out for a month, I'd say. Whereas I've been going out once a week just to do the basic shopping. A lot of our customers are still buying, which is reassuring. So yes, we're not badly affected. We're just worried about a lot of other people who are more badly affected. Thank you, Madam President.
Shamiso, I think you need to unmute yourself.
Oh, sorry. I have to keep remembering that. Next, we're going to move on to Didier. Please introduce yourself and tell us how this is all working for you.
Hi, everybody. It's Didier. I'm a Toastmaster from Mariswe. And I would say since we started the lockdown, I basically got myself too busy. I've been doing my certification with John Maxwell. So I'm almost done. So I've been running some mastermind session with people for free. So I'm doing some mastermind on how to lead through a crisis. So it kept me busy for the past 2 weeks, and I have another mastermind on, another topic this weekend. So I just decided that I would take this time to boost myself, and since I want to become a coach, I need to be out there. So that's what I've been doing. Thank you.
Thank you, Didier. And next, I'm going to ask Dominic to reintroduce himself.
Hello again. I'm still Dominic. Sure. I am SAA. Tonight I'm going to be evaluating. How have I been adjusting? I feel similar to Shamiso. I've also been waking up incredibly late. Also been staying up incredibly late, but that's not really that new for me. It's an old bad habit. I actually find that the consistency and not having to go out, saving time on travel, etc., has actually provided me with a lot more opportunity to focus on it and kind of let that habit go, as well as just maintaining my study habits, doing a self-development course online as well, a free self-development course. I'm finding that really interesting. It's reminding me of a lot of things. I found what Didier said very interesting, free mastermind sessions. That's quite cool. Very, very cool. Yeah, otherwise just thinking, meditating, and keeping on doing me. Thank you.
Thank you. And next, I'm going to ask Aeneas to introduce himself.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm also a member of Mariswe Toastmasters. As for me, the lockdown has really affected me. I didn't think it would affect me that much because I'm also working from home. But then what I've realized is that in terms of my clients, they are not at all doing business. So they froze all the business, which means I'm not even working at the moment. However, in terms of my daily routine, I've tried to keep it on point. I wake up same time, around about 6, and I do a great workout at home, just around my place. And I do a lot of reading, and I'm also doing quite a lot of sessions online, just to help me to keep above the rest, because obviously this lockdown is going to end. You need to have a head start. You need to be ahead of the pack. And that's basically what I'm doing. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Aeneas. And hopefully we will recover once we get off lockdown. And next is Mucha. Remember to unmute yourself, Mucha.
Thank you, Ms. President, and good evening, everyone. Nice to see you guys. It's nice to see people. Other than my kids and my husband. I've been doing well. Well, the same. Being at home, helping kids with a lot of schoolwork, a lot of it. Having to adjust myself into being a teacher, not just a parent. Spending more time with the kids, helping teach them chores and other things that they have not been doing, and just spending time as a family, doing games and stuff. But my work, for the past 2 weeks, we were not working, but now we have to go into the studio to record a few shows. So it will be 2 days a week just to, to keep on giving our clients some programs and for us to also get paid. So I'm grateful for that, for that part of my life that at least I'm still, able to get something. Yes.
Thank you very much, Mucha. At least she's still getting paid, which is a good thing. I know quite a number of people are not getting paid or they have businesses, so they don't have income. Yeah. So that's a good thing. Next, I'm going to ask Jackie to introduce herself.
Good evening, everyone. I am Jackie, and I am the VPPR for Mariswe, although I am probably failing horribly at that task at the moment. My multitasking skills are being stretched by this lockdown. There are some pros, so I'm very grateful that I still have a job and I'm getting paid, but working from home with 3 kids and having to homeschool them and all the house chores on top of that is proving very tiring. So I just hope this is all over ASAP. But it's good to see you all and be with you tonight. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Next, I'm going to go to a guest, Sibongile. If you can introduce yourself, where you're from, and what's happening with you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sibongile Simelane. I was invited by Didier, and I'm a skin and health therapist by profession. Unfortunately, because of the corona, some of us are the ones that are not working at all. Businesses have to close down. Yeah, I don't know what else you'd like to know.
Are you a member of Toastmasters?
No, this is actually my first session. So this is like my first experience of what Toastmasters is about.
Oh, nice. Welcome.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoy yourself.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. And next I'm going to go to Mpendulo. Mpendulo, are you there?
Yes, I'm there. Hello, everybody. I'm Pendulo. I'm a member of Mariswe Toastmasters. I've survived the lockdown, and you're going to hear all about it when I present later on today. Thank you.
Thank you, Mpendulo. And next I'm going to go to another guest, Tato Raphael. Tato.
That is me.
Hi, Tato.
Hi. Wait, give me a minute. Give me a minute. Liz, can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. My name is Tato Raphael, and I'm from Gaborone Breakfast Club in Botswana. But I'm currently in Port Shepstone in KZN because when the lockdown started, I had already come here for a spiritual retreat. And you know, spiritual people, we tend to take things very lightly. So when the whole thing was going on, we're just like, no, we're just gonna pray and meditate and be by the beach and, you know, get everything, you know, harmonize everything. Oh, so I'm still stuck here. And I haven't seen my kids in 3 weeks now, and my children, which are all in Botswana. But on the brighter side, I still get to see the beach because I'm from a landlocked country, so seeing the beach is like heaven for me. So I do wake up very early in the morning around 5 and just go by the beach and just do my things and then come back very early before the police come. And yeah, so I'm spending most of my time writing, reading, reflecting, and writing as many speeches as I can so that in the next, I think I'll become DTM in a month. Because every day is a day for a speech. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tato. Enjoy the writing. I think by the end of this Toastmaster year, we'll have lots of DTMs if people are writing speeches, that is. Okay, next I'm going to go to Tando. Tando, you are still muted.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Tando Kofu, and I'm a member of Mariswe. With me before the lockdown, I was already at home. I was schooling my kids anyway. But the thing that affected me is not being able to go out, so that makes me very anxious. So I found myself more active during the lockdown just to control my anxiety. So I do yoga and I skip, and I've just joined. There's a group on Facebook called Get Together. They have like live on Facebook Live. They have classes. So today I joined for the first time just to manage my anxiety. Thank you.
Thank you, Tando. And next we're going to go to Natalie.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, Natalie.
Thank you. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm Natalie. I'm a member at Mariswe Toastmasters. The lockdown has actually been quite good for me. We were initially going to go on to a 3-day week at the beginning of lockdown, but strangely enough, it's become busier and busier. I don't know how. So I've been doing a lot of work, and I've actually enjoyed the time alone with my family. It's just the three of us in a little bubble, and it's been really good. I did have a little bit of a wobble on Thursday night when he announced the extension, because I think somebody else mentioned the effects of what the extension Rick was saying. When you see what the effects are on the people around you, I think it's a difficult thing to bear, and especially you see friends and family members losing their jobs and things like that. But from a personal point of view, it's been good. I've actually been enjoying it a bit, I would say. Thank you.
Thank you, Natalie. Next, we're going to go to Gamu.
Hi guys, good to see you all.
Hi, Gamu.
Really missing the physical contact. I've been indoors since Feb. Yeah, so my isolation started way earlier. Keeping well. The extension won't do much of a difference. I'll continue to be working on academic stuff in good health and not taking anything for granted. But yeah, definitely missing being outside the yard, not walking from one parking lot to another, but literally being outside the yard. Other than that, keeping all right and quite grateful to wake up each morning. Thank you.
Thank you, Gamu. Next, I'm going to ask one of our guests, Sofiso.
Good evening, Toastmasters.
Hi, Sofiso.
Hi, my name is Fiso Kidinza, husband to Mbendulo, who's next door. I'm just I'm just showing some moral support. She's going to make a speech, so I was asked to come and see what it's about, although I do know what it's about, but yeah. How have we sort of settled into the lockdown? It's been quite interesting. We've got into a routine, which my wife will, I don't want to steal her thunder, but yeah, it's been quite a ride. At work, we've actually been very busy. From 9 all the way through to 8, 9 in the evening sometimes, because of just the need to support everybody else. So yeah, we've been busy. Thanks for the opportunity of participating today. Thank you.
Thank you, Sofiso, for joining us and supporting Pendulo. Thank you very much. And next, and I'm going to ask Ian to introduce himself.
Good day, Toastmasters. Glad to be here. My name is Ian Mwanza. I'm a member of the Mariswe Toastmasters Club. The lockdown for me has been a little bit of work and keeping safe. We're working from home, and that's pretty much what has been happening.
Thank you for joining us, Ian. And next, I'll ask Karen to introduce herself.
Hi, everyone. I'm Karen. I'm a member of Mariswe as well. And yeah, I've been pretty busy during this lockdown, so also very grateful that I have that I still have a job and I'm being paid. And secondly, very grateful that I haven't spent as much money as I usually do. So not having to pay for petrol and not having to entertain myself 24/7 has been really good for me. So yeah, saving.
Thanks, Karen. At least I hope you're not going to start the online shopping because those are still open, hey? And next,
are they?
Yeah, I'm not giving you ideas. Don't do that. Next, I'll ask Mbachi to introduce himself.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm Bachi, a member of Mariswe. Well, I started the isolation, so to speak, way before we were locked down. So I was working from home for about 2 weeks before that. So I guess once it started, I was already in the groove of it. I try to keep a routine, get up pretty much as early as I can, and it's been busy at work. And one of the challenges that I'm facing is I find that I'm staying much longer on my seat than I would at work because I get up, go for a meeting, go for a coffee, but the challenge is to remind myself to get up and walk about and be active every now and then. Plus, working from home tends to make me work a lot longer hours than before, so I have to be mindful of that. And remind myself that there are other aspects to life as well. Other than that, all is good. I expected the extension, so I wasn't that shocked when it was announced. But yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Thank you very much, Baji. You're telling us about your new look, I see, yeah?
Oh yeah,
You've been helping us with your new look, hey?
Yeah, I'm. Well, it's not like hygiene is out of the window. This is just lockdown look.
Thank you, Baji. Next, I'll ask Judith to introduce herself.
Hello, everyone. It's Judith here. As Rick said, I've been actually in lockdown not since the beginning of March, but since the beginning of February. Pretty much not going anywhere, except for the odd rush out for dinner, which I'm missing. What Rick didn't tell you is he's built the most wonderful run around the property to exercise the dogs and to exercise Rick as well. And this took him quite a bit of time. It's beautifully signposted. He's done the most wonderful trail map as well. So he's really been busy on that kind of thing. I've been busy on other things and finally contacted with a community today called Seed Community, which is running the Ubuntu project at the greenhouse. And they are feeding the poorest of the poor with the greenhouse's amazing, amazing veggies. I've got a lot of concern about the poorest because I've been working with them for years and years and years. So yeah, I'm bearing up, but I'm missing not being able to go to a bookshop. Thank you.
Thank you, Judith. And thanks to Rick. I think you also have the advantage because I know you weren't walking very well. Now you don't have to come to the meetings. Online meetings are working well for you. And next I'll ask Silas to introduce himself.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Silas.
I don't know if, okay, I wasn't sure you could hear me.
Yes,
I've been experiencing some technical difficulty. Okay, I'm from Gaborone Breakfast Club here in Botswana as well, like Tato Raphael. The lockdown has really been a challenge. You know, I'm used to a nomadic kind of lifestyle. I'm just up and about, never really home for an extended period of time. But I guess it's kind of good to be back home with my mom, just settle back to my roots because I'm always up and about. But otherwise, I'm happy to be here.
Thank you so much for joining us, Silas. Hope you enjoy the meeting. And another guest, I'm great. And another guest we've got, Nosipo. Hi, Nosipo. Hello, Nosipo, are you still here? Okay,
Hello.
I'm great. Okay, you're here.
Yes. Oh, is my video on? Can you guys see
No,
me?
your video is off.
On, name is Nosipho Mthala. Oh gosh. Okay. Can you guys hear me?
Okay, we can now hear you. Your video is off. It's fine. I think you can carry on without the video if it's a problem.
Okay. All right. My name is Nosipho Mthalane. Okay, I'm from Mintech. I work with Mpendulo. She invited me. I'm not a member of the Toastmasters, but this is my second time attending one. Okay, the lockdown for me has been quite an adjustment, but because normally I'm outside running, so it's been very hectic on that front. But it's been helpful. I've been keeping a regular schedule, waking up before 6:30 and then putting in some workout, including doing some running in my living room. And also it has given me a chance to catch up with my studies. So yeah, so it's not been that bad. And also working from home has not been an issue for me. So work is continuing. Yeah, the only thing that I'm missing home, I had Tato, is in Potchefstroom. I'm originally from Potchefstroom, so enjoy Potchefstroom, Tato. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us and hope you enjoy our meeting.
Thank you.
And next, I'm going to ask another guest, Rangano. Rangano, yeah? Hi, Rangano, are you here? Hello, no? Okay, I'll go back to Rangano and I'll ask who else? If I mispronounced this, sorry. Wally Denzo, I think. Wally.
Yeah, well done. You pronounced it correctly.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm a Toastmaster at Northern Star Toastmasters Club that is in the northern suburbs of Cape Town. And I'm currently the area director for District 74, R2. And as far as the lockdown is concerned, there's a mixed feeling. I'm self-employed, which means there's no income whatsoever. Very bad as on the economic side, but otherwise I'm actually enjoying it. I'm also getting up and do my normal daily routine, 6:30 up, and I work on the computer, and with my wife we run in the complex. I don't know how Tanto does it, that she can go to the beach. We're not even allowed to go into the park here outside the complex. So, well, maybe she can tell me a secret there. But yeah, that is from my side. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. And yeah, maybe there's something happening we don't know. Tato will let us all know. And next, I'm going to ask Patricia. Has she introduced herself? No, Patricia. Also a guest.
Hi, everyone. Good evening.
Hi. Hi, Patricia.
I am the immediate past division director for Ghana, Division G, District 94. And I have been in the UK for almost 8 months on another subject matter, and basically lockdown here. And I'm excited that on hindsight, I have the opportunity to join different Toastmasters meetings now, because most of them are virtual, because I was kind of missing home, being away from the face-to-face opportunities. It's good to join you today. Over to you, Madam Toastmaster. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us. And you're right, the advantage that has come up is we can join meetings all over. And that makes it also exciting for us. And just to find out, meet new people from different places. Thank you for joining us. And next, I'm going to ask, if I pronounce this wrong again, I apologize in advance. Ribone, I think Ribone Mahikeng.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
I'm Rabaone from Mahikeng Toastmasters, same area as Tato Rafael, and I don't remember his name. Lockdown for me, it started long before it started because I had to take leave for the school holidays. So it's because now I'm an indoor kind of person, so it's a normal thing for me to do, so I'm not complaining. I'm just afraid that I might get too used to it and will not be able to connect with other people after the lockdown. But with social media, I think we'll keep in touch. Over to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you very much. I think we were left with Rangano. I don't know if you're back. No. And we've got someone, Foster, I think. Foster Manyapelo. Hi. Okay, those two are not coming through, but I think they're both guests. And we were just introducing ourselves for start, and just a message from Tato. She says she's 2 minutes away from the beach. That's how she gets to go to the beach every morning. So she goes at 5 a.m. before you all wake up. So that's a secret. I know the introductions took a bit longer than usual, but I think it was very nice thing for us to just get to know each other. I mean, just to see who's here. And I hope I did not leave anyone out. Did I leave anyone out? If I left you out, please just wave. No, I don't see anyone waving. But thank you all for joining us at Mariswe. And right now I am going to hand over to our Toastmaster for the evening, and that is Judith Taylor. Hi, Judith, are you there?
I'm here, yes.
All right, thank you very much. I'm handing over to you.
Right, thanks a lot. Thank you very much indeed. Right, good evening, everybody. I'm very pleased that we have such a good turnout tonight. It's fantastic. I chose the meeting theme, us and Jen and them, and you might get an idea from Rick's word of the day later around the relevance of this. Just think of Attila the Hun, the elite who took to their beds during the plagues in the Middle Ages, took to their beds again during the flu outbreak at the beginning of the 1900s. Think of Henry VIII of England. And who are they all? They are them, not us, because they tell us, as lords and masters, what we should be doing. I will now introduce the role people, the roles, starting with Natalie as the timekeeper. Natalie, explain your role, please.
Right. Greetings, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As timer, I will time the table topics, the speaker's formal speeches, and the evaluations. I will alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green, yellow, and red cards, which denote specific times remaining. I did try and do my background screen, but it didn't work. So I've printed them, and then I'm just going to hold them up. So you'll just have to watch my screen when you're a speaker. There are only 2 speech lengths tonight, and that is a 5 to 7 minutes and a 12 to 15 minutes. So at for the 5 to 7, at 5 minutes, I'll raise the green card, at 6 minutes, the yellow card, and at 7 minutes, the red card. For the longer speech, at 12 minutes, I'll raise the green card, at 14 minutes, the yellow card, and at 15 minutes, the red card. For table topics, it should be limited to no more than 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I'll raise the green card. At 1.5 minutes, the yellow card, and at 2 minutes, the red card. For evaluations, these should be between 2 and 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I'll raise the green card. At 2.5 minutes, the yellow card, and at 3 minutes, the red card. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed, Natalie. And now we'll move on to Mucha, who is tonight's R counter. Mucha, could you explain your role, please?
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. My role is R counter. My main duty on the R counter is to note words and sounds used as a crutch, or pause filler by anyone who speaks during this meeting. Words may be inappropriate interjections such as and, but, so, well, or, you know. Sounds may be or I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or a phrase such as I, or this means as well as when someone restarts a sentence before completion and then restarts it with a new thought. Then I'll tell you at the end of the speech. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Micha. We have a new role, which is the Zoom master, who will also help with the timing, and Rick Rovenheimer is doing that. Rick, can you explain what it entails?
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. So I'm occupying 2 seats this evening. I'll start with Zoom Master. Pendulo has made me the admin of the meeting, so I do a few things. For security purposes, we have a lobby or a waiting room, if you like. You don't get put immediately into the meeting, but you come into the waiting room, and I will then see that you're there and allow you to join if you don't look too suspicious. I'd also like to just tell you of some of the logistics that may help you here. We have already asked that people turn off their video when they're not speaking. You could, of course, turn it on again if you want to applaud for people later on, although at the bottom of the screen you should find a thing called reactions, a bit to the right of the center, and there you can put up applause or thumbs up for the speaker, so that would be an alternative. Particularly for the speakers, what you might like to do is set up speaker view. Now, Zoom has an awful lot of options. If you look at the top right of the screen, just a little to the left of the top right-hand corner, you might see something called speaker view. If you see gallery view, then leave it alone because you're already on speaker view. The point of speaker view is that it highlights the person who is speaking at the time, and the rest of the people you see as thumbnails.
Rick, if we don't have that, is it potentially that we've got an older version? Because I don't have that on my side at all.
Are you on a computer or a cell phone?
Computer.
You should see, what do you see at the top right-hand corner of your Zoom window?
It's just the full screen option.
Nothing on the left of it?
No.
Are you using the browser or the Zoom app?
Browser, the app didn't want to launch. Maybe that's why.
That is indeed why. The browser has got limited functionality, so there you don't have that sort of option, unfortunately.
Okay, all right, no problem.
You would probably have to restart your computer to get the app to run. So that's a good idea. Why it's a good idea to come in early so that you've got time to restart if something doesn't work. Anyway, for those who have that, what you can do, particularly the speakers, is you can set not to see the people whose video isn't showing, which means that while our timekeeper will be showing her video all the time during your speech, you will be able to see her as quite a large thumbnail, and you won't have too many other people, except the ones who are ignoring my instructions, to distract you. If you look at the bottom of the screen, bottom left, you have the following buttons. You've got your mute button, which you probably know about already. Then there's a little up arrow which is used for audio. Next to that, you've got the stop video or the start video button, depending on what situation you're in. And to the right of that, there's another little up arrow. Now, I'd like you to click on that. And in the pop-up menu, you'll see video settings. Click on that. That will put you into settings. On the left, you'll see video highlighted. Leave that alone. Scroll down to the bottom of the list that you'll see under your picture. And third from the bottom, third checkbox from the bottom, you will see hide non-video participants. Now, if you do that, particularly if you're a speaker, it's not so important if you're not a speaker, but that will then cause you to hide everybody who's not on video. So you will typically just see the Toastmaster and the timekeeper then while you're doing your speech, which means that you'll see them nice and big. And you, even if you're on speaker view and seeing yourself, you will still be able to see the timekeeper well. Right, are we happy with that? Unmute yourself and say something if you need more assistance. Okay. So then I also have the duty of being grammarian. And grammarian has two functions. I'm going to listen for good use of English in between doing my Zoom Master functions and commend that at the end of the evening. And I'd also like to suggest that you use the word of the day. The word of the day is noble. Jackie kindly put out one of the meanings. And the word of the day, in a sense, has two opposing meanings, so that's quite interesting. I'm just trying to find it, get the darn thing up. The first one is belonging by rank, title, or birth to the aristocracy. And the example might be the medieval palace was once owned by a noble Florentine family. Synonyms: aristocratic, noble, born of noble birth, titled, patrician, blue-blooded, etc., etc. And in Judith's introduction, she mentioned that the nobles as a noun, or the noble people as an adjective, it tended to be the ones that didn't sympathize with the poor. Then the second meaning is having or showing fine personal qualities or high moral principles, which might well be in contradiction to the first part of it. And, for example, promotion of human rights was a noble aspiration. Similar words: righteous, virtuous, good, honorable, honest, upright, upstanding, decent, worthy, noble-minded, uncorrupted. I'll therefore be listening to hear which of these two almost opposing meanings you use in your speaking. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Rick. Much appreciated. Do we have a toast to Toastmasters International?
We don't have one on the program, Madam Toastmaster.
Right. Then we'll move on to the toast of the evening with Wally Denzel. Wally, toast of the evening.
Yes, hi. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. We are in very challenging times at the moment. I don't know what the future will bring, but one thing I'm pretty sure of, that after this lockdown is over, and hopefully the coronavirus is over as well, that things will change. And change, I think that is the big deal that we have to work with. Darwin once said, it will not be the fittest, it will not be the cleverest that will survive. It will be the one that can adapt to change. And I think we should all keep that in mind and make sure that we adapt to the change that is coming. There is a plethora of opportunities coming our way. And I want to use the opportunity and give a toast to South Africa and all the people. South Africa, and I'll say Mense, Kumsanzi Afrika, Nabantu Bayo. And as you see, I've got a glass of wine in my hand. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to South Africa and her people.
Cheers. Cheers.
Thank you, Wally.
Thank you, Wally.
Right. We now go on to the speeches, the prepared speeches. The first speaker is Karen Strabos with her speech entitled A Journey of Leadership, and her evaluator is Dominique. Dominique, could you give us the objectives, please?
Yes, with pleasure. The purpose of this project is for the member to identify her personal leadership style. And the purpose of the speech is for the member to share some aspect of her primary leadership style and to discuss leadership styles in general. Thank you.
That missed. Thank you, Dominique. Let me ask you to welcome Karen with her speech, A Journey of Leadership, A Journey of Leadership, Karen Strabos. Karen.
Thank you. Can you guys see me? Just want to make sure all these things are working. Can everybody hear me? I'll take that as a yes.
Yes.
If your actions inspire others to dream more, to learn more, to do more and become more, you are a leader. John Quincy Adams. During my leadership assessments, I realized that I don't fall into one particular leadership style, but my dominant style is democratic. This is because I take views of others into account. I encourage them to participate. I encourage them to have their own opinions because let's face it, I don't have all the answers, do I? There are some criticisms to this leadership style. Basically, people can see you sometimes as sitting on the fence, being indecisive, or wasting time consulting others. And consulting others can also be seen as an inaction. Taking a look at the other style that I fall into sometimes, that's the bureaucratic style. This is because I'm a stickler for the rules. And when there are no rules, when there's an exception to the rule, I make more rules. This is also the leadership style that falls predominantly into micromanagement, feeling that processes are more important than people, and really not being flexible during crisis. You don't want to change the rules. You want to stick to the way that you know will work best. And although I don't resonate with all aspects of that leadership style anymore, it really made me think about my leadership journey a little bit, because I was the copy and paste of bureaucratic. So let's take a trip back in time so I can give you a little bit of a taster of what I went through. I had my first management position when I was in my 20s. Nobody sends you on a leadership course and says like, ooh, this is what you got to do. This is how you can be the best leader. So you kind of have to sink or swim. You're either created a manager from being one of the best, better performing people in your team, or in my case, we were a small business. So as I grew, people grew underneath me, and I then had to train them on how to do my job. And I'm sure, as you can imagine, because you know how to do it better than anybody else, I used to direct them and tell them exactly how they should do it. And if they didn't do it the way that I thought they should do it, or they just didn't get it done, or not in time, what could I do? I may as well just do it myself, which is exactly what I did. That is not necessarily what leaders do, but I didn't have a mentor, and I didn't know what I should be doing. I asked my then manager, who was actually leaving the company to start his own business, if he would be my mentor and help me grow as a leader. But as I'm sure you can imagine, he didn't have time. And I was crushed. And instead of looking for someone else to mentor me, I just decided to pave my own path, whether it was the right way or the wrong way. I've always been a bit of a control freak, to be honest. So when people have let me down in the past, I developed quite trust issue situations where I didn't feel like I could let something go and the job would get done. Because at the end of the day, who does the buck stop with? Moi. But let's fast forward to today. I met the most inspirational leader at my current company, and he really taught me how people are far better. They are not trying to mess up. It is not malicious intent. If they have a mistake or they make a mistake, it is not because they're trying to. It's maybe because they're doing the best that they can do with the information that they've got. He really inspired me, and I thought, wow, the way he made me feel about my job, about my role, how he trusted me no matter what to do the right thing. His charismatic leadership style was just something I wanted to be. I wanted to be a noble leader just like him. So they say when you are a leader, a true leader, it's when you're able to make ordinary people do extraordinary things. And I guess I'm quite lucky because my team currently are extraordinary. So I guess my job's pretty easy. But if you think about it, when I kind of internalized all of this, I thought, am I a perfect leader? No, I'm not. I still sometimes stick to the rules and I become a stickler, and I often offer my own guidance and own situational fixes instead of guiding my team. And that's not what a leader should do. As a leader, it's important that you do your best to help that person be able to handle situations in various ways. Do I let it get me down that I'm not a perfect leader? No. What I do, I get up every morning and I go to the office, or in this case, my dining room table, and I work hard at being better every single day. I'm always open to new ideas. I'm open to collaboration, and I really want to bask in the joy of success with my team. But I want to also become the type of leader that helps them and others. I want to motivate them. I want to influence them to help reach the company organization goals. But not only that, I want them to be seeing it so much bigger. I want them to meet their own aspirations. I want us to all enjoy the sweet smell of success and enjoy the taste of the fruits of our labor. Thank you.
Thank you, Karen. Do unmute and give her a round of applause. Our second speaker is Mpudulo Jininza with her speech, Turn Lemons into Lemonade, and her evaluator is Jackie. Jackie, please give us Mpudulo's objectives. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Mpudulo's speech title is Turn Lemons into Lemonade. The purpose of this project is for the member to observe her time management patterns. During the completion of this project, the member spent time evaluating his or her time management skills. The member will deliver a well-organized speech about any topic. The member may choose to speak about a time management exercise he or she completed during the project. The member may be humorous, informational, or any type of the member's choosing. The speech should not be a report on the content of the time managing project. She's also asked me to look specifically at her vocal variety and gestures. Thanks. Good luck.
Thank you very much indeed. Please help me welcome Mpudulo with Turn Lemons into Lemonade. Turn Lemons into Lemonade, Mpudulo.
When you have a lemon, just turn it into lemonade. I always thought that was as simple as squeezing lemon juice into cold water, add some sugar, stir, and voila, sweet lemonade. Until I had to wake up to my worst nightmare, 21 days of lockdown. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, visitors, guests, and all inmates joining us from around the world. I hope that you are having a good time exploring and discovering yourselves during this period. I don't know about you, but as for me, when our noble president, Cyril Ramaphosa, announced that we had to go into lockdown for 21 days, I got terrified because that meant 504 hours of free time. And to my kids, free time means fun time. And believe it or not, there is no fun time without a drive-through, McDonald's, bounce, or play dates. So that meant that I had to make a plan to survive the lockdown. As you all know, when you have a vision and a plan, you have to sell it to somebody who's going to buy it and run with it. And in this family, it happens to be my daughter. She immediately understood my plan, bought into it, and lo and behold, there we were in the morning, standing in front of what would become our life for the next 21 days. Our day starts at 8 o'clock in the morning, where we sign in, or we also call it check-in, and it ends at 4:30, where we end the sign out. We have different activities, activities A, B, C, and D. Activity A is formal. For the kids, it means doing schoolwork and reading, and for us, it's doing our work. And activity B is about finding a new skill, doing something different, learning a new language. J'ai pratiqué mon français, baking or gardening. Activity C is more fun and active. We play games indoor or outdoor, using all the space that we have. It could be video games, it could be board games. And we also play soccer and other games that we enjoy as a family. And the last activity, D, is presentation. So we come together and present and show each other what we've learned in terms of the new languages and show that we can speak those languages. So that is the other activities that we have from 8 to 4. And what you'll see is our signatures then in the morning. When we sign in, we say what each and every one of us will be doing. And then we do have lunch breaks. Behind me, the screen might not be clear, is how my daughter helps to manage the stocks in the kitchen. So she charges with what she calls lounges, our currency. She charges everybody that's taking stocks from the kitchen to control the stocks. I guess also for the shops, as she heard that we should not make the shops empty. Coming back to the plan, at the end of the day, we give feedback on how the day has been. Have we managed to run all the activities or not, and what else, how we need to improve. And also, we reflect on our feelings. And that's important to me because we are going through a tough time and it's emotional, it's different. And I think that we need to understand how each and every member of the family is feeling so that we can help to deal with those emotions and deal with all the news that we hear and all the fears and even good stories. And it's helped us to grow and to become closer. And of course, there's cleanup because you can imagine how untidy the house will be at the end of the day. So would I say that turning lemons into lemonade is easy? Not all the time. And in this case, it wasn't really easy. But what I learned is you are the one that needs to turn the lemon into lemonade. The secret word is you. If you don't make it happen, it won't happen. And for me, it meant being creative, bringing out my creativity, and also bring my softness as a mother, understand all the members of the family, how they would respond and what they need and what they would enjoy. And at the same time, bring out my militant cap to make sure that we on the plan, we're doing what needs to be done consistently, all the time, faithfully, push everybody. So ladies and gentlemen, the next time you hear somebody say 10 lemons into lemonade, get ready to have some fun. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Mputulo. Thank you very much. Hi, everybody. Our third speaker is Gamu with her speech, An Open Letter to My Brother. Her evaluator is Didier. Didier, please, can you give us her objectives? Thank you.
Hi, Gamu's speech tonight is about, I think a pathway is Advanced Communicator Silver, and it's appraise with praise. So the objective is to give a speech which demonstrates the importance of how you personally use feedback technique in your daily life, use constructive evaluation to help someone improve their performance, and offer support to empower them to change. And the speech should last between 5 and 7 minutes.
Thank you very much, Didier. Please help me welcome Gamu with her speech, An Open Letter to My Brother. An Open Letter to My Brother, Gamu.
Fellow Toastmasters and guests, some of you may have noted that my brother's in the room. So this is a letter to him. When people ask me, how many siblings do I have? I respond with pride. I have 2 younger brothers. However, I don't stop there. I go on to describe them, where they've been asked or not. I would say something like, buy one, get one free, or 2 headaches for the price of 1. What's your take? Well, don't mind me, I'm just being silly. On days that I am my usual smile-plastered proud sister, I describe my brothers differently. Since this is an open letter to one particular brother, Rangano, this is how I describe you. Ranga's the first son of 2. He's the quiet one in the house. Occasionally, he takes up the role as referee between Marco and myself. That's if we decide not to join him in our ring. He is charming and easygoing. In fact, if he had a public office portfolio, he would be the Minister of Drip and Swag, with a mandate in dapper dressing, serial sous chef, and being a noble gentleman. There's so much to you, my dear Minister. I love the man that you are. I love the man that you're evolving, especially within your career path. The experience that you've gained over the years, working in different areas of property and retail, as well as estate management, have definitely done you good. I'm particularly grateful for all the unpleasant experiences because they've shaped who you've become. They've helped you understand what you are capable of, what drives you, what demotivates you, but most importantly, the journey that you need to walk in order to develop your career. As I was writing this letter, I thought of a particular experience that you shared with me while you were still working in Rosebank. I recall you were on your way to work that particular morning, and when you arrived, you sent me a text that says, the taxi I got into did not have a floor. I was wondering, were we going to make it or not? But then in itself, it's a journey that you took and a journey that's guided you to making the decisions that you have made. One key element has stood out for me, and it's a key element I believe you are yet to explore. And once you start exploring this, my dear, the world is at your fingertips. Your career can go as far and as further as you want it to be. Now, I can only imagine, since I can't see your face, the smile that might be plastered on it. You might potentially have an idea of what this element is. Yep, you're right. Exposure. Expose yourself beyond your comforts. The boxes that society talks about, my dear, take them and send them through for recycling. In fact, consider reading books that are out of your comfort zone. Read about indigenous architecture, about circularity in urban design. All these are areas of interest within your career path. Expose yourself through travel. The more you set foot outside Gauteng, actually, let me be specific, Cape Town. I know you in Cape Town. The more you actually realize that you are yet to live. You will find a lot of knowledge in food, a lot of knowledge in spaces, in buildings, in interactions that you have with people. But the best part, experiences with flat tires and those very long queues at border posts. Phrases such as, oh, what if, I can't. Those two should be put in that box that's designated for the recycling facility. Expose yourself to crowds that you typically not expose yourself to. For example, spend time with kids between the ages of 6 and 12. You'll be surprised how they see the spaces around them, how they see real estate, how they see buildings, how they see photography. Spend time exploring how ladies who make beads go about it. Explore how to make clay pots. Heck, start a YouTube channel and take people through the journey of real estate photography. You are already en route. With a little more exposure here and there, that which you learn can catalyze what you have planned for your journey. A disclaimer though, choose your exposure wisely. Hashtag no taboo, no strip club, so choose wisely. You're onto something good, young man. Let's make it great. With love, Gamu.
Thank you very much for that, Gamu. And we go to our fourth speaker, who's Tando, and her evaluator is Tato Raphael, our visitor from Botswana. Well, she's in Port Shepstone. I have an introduction for her. Patricia is the sponsor of Paris's Horizons Toastmasters Club. She is a second-time Distinguished Toastmaster, a second-time Area Director, and the first female Division Director for Ghana Toastmasters. She is a communication and leadership coach and a second-time self-published author. So I think we've got an amazing evaluator here. What I need to find out from Tato is what are the objectives for Tando's speech Death Knocks. Patricia. Oh, sorry.
Tato.
Yes, I got my...
Hello.
Because in a lot. Hi. Hi, Tato.
Hello. It seems like Tato is struggling to connect, but let me just read the objectives. Tato, let me just read the objectives for her, then she can take over. If she can't communicate afterwards, then I can always chip in and do the evaluation. So Tando is going to be presenting a speech from Interpretive Reading, Level 4. Is the play. The objective is adapt a play for interpretive reading. Portray several characters in one reading, identifying them to the audience through voice changes and movement. The time is 12 to 15 minutes. Over to you, Tando, with the play. Thank you.
help me welcome Tando with her speech, Death Knocks. Death Knocks, Tando.
You need to unmute.
Thank you, Shanice. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. I'm going to be reading Death Knocks by Woody Allen. It has two characters, Ned Ackerman and Death, who comes to get him. The play takes place in the bedroom of Ned Ackerman. What the hell is that? Jesus Christ, I nearly broke my neck. Who are you? Death. Who? Death. Listen, can I sit down? I nearly broke my neck. I'm shaking like a leaf. Who are you? Death. You got a glass of water? Death? What do you mean, Death? What is wrong with you? You see the black costume and the whitened face? Yeah? Is it Halloween? No. Then I'm Death. Now, can I get a glass of water or fresca? If this is some joke, what kind of joke? You're 57, Ned Ackerman, 118 Pacific Street, unless I blew it. Where's the call sheet? What do you want with me? What do I want? What do I want? You must be kidding. I'm in perfect health. This is a nice place. You do it yourself. We had a decorator, but we worked with her. I love those kids with the big eyes. I don't want to go yet. You don't want to go. Please don't start in. As it is, I'm nauseous from the climb. What climb? I climbed up the drain pipe. I was trying to make a dramatic entrance. I see the big windows and you're awake reading. I figure it's worth the shot. I climb up and enter with a little, Meanwhile, I get my heel caught in some vines. The drain pipe breaks and I'm hanging by a thread. Then my cape begins to tear. Look, let's just let go. It's been a rough night. You broke my drain pipe. Broke? It didn't break. It's a little bent. Didn't you hear anything? I slammed into the ground. I was reading. You must have really got engrossed. Can I borrow this? I'm not finished. I don't know how to put this to you, pal. Why don't you just swim downstairs? I am telling you, I could have. But how does that look? This way, I get a little drama going. Something. Did you read first? What? And what if you had company? You're sitting here with important people. I'm deaf. I should ring the bell and traipse right in front of the door. What is your thinking? Listen, mister, it's very late. Yeah, well, you want to go? Go where? Yes, it's the thing, the happy haunting ground. That's a pretty bad cut. My first job. I'm lying to get gangrene yet. Now, wait a minute. I need time. I'm not ready to go yet. I'm sorry, I can't help you. I'd like to, but it's the moment. How can it be the moment? I just merged with Magister Originals. What's the difference? A couple of bucks more or less. Sure. What do you care? You guys probably have all your expenses paid. You want to come along now? I'm sorry, but I cannot believe you guessed. Why? What do you expect? Rock Hudson? No, it's not that. I'm sorry I disappointed you. Don't get upset. I don't know. I always thought you'd be taller. I'm 5'7". It's average for my weight. You look a little like me. Who should I look like? You're deaf. Give me some time. Another day. I can't. What do you want me to say? One more day. 24 hours. What do you need it for? The radio said rain tomorrow. Can't you work out something? Like what? You play chess? No, I don't. I once saw a picture of you playing chess. Couldn't have been me because I don't play chess. Gin Rami maybe. You play Gin Rami? Do I play Gin Rami? Is Paris the city? You good, huh? Very good. I'll tell you what I'll do. Don't make any deals with me. I'll play you Gin Rami. If you win, I'll go immediately. If I win, give me some more time, a little bit, one more day. Who's got time to play Gin Rami? Come on, if you're good. Although I feel like a game. Come on, be a sport. We'll shoot for half an hour. I really shouldn't. I got cards right here. Don't make a production. All right, come on. We'll play a little. It'll relax me. You won't regret this. Don't give me a sales talk. Give me the cards and give me a fresca and put out something. For God's sake. A stranger drops in, you don't have potato chips or pretzels. There's M&M's downstairs in a dish. M&M's. What if the president came? He'd get M&M's too. You're not the president. Deal. You want to play a tenth of a cent, a point to make it interesting. It's not interesting enough for you. I play better when money's at stake. Whatever you say, Newt. Ned Ackerman. You don't know my name. Newt, Ned. I got such a headache. You want that 5? No. So pick. Jesus, I got nothing here. What it's like? What's like? Death. What should it be like? You lay there. Is there anything after? Aha! You're saving tooth. I'm asking, is there anything after? You'll see. Or then I will actually see something. Well, maybe I shouldn't have put it that way. So, to get an answer from you is a big deal. I'm playing cards. All right, play. Meanwhile, I'm giving you one card after another. Don't look through these cards. I'm not looking, I'm straining them up. What was the knock card? 4. You ready to knock already? Who said I was ready to knock? All I asked was what the knock card was. And all I asked was, is there anything for me to look forward to? Play. Can't you tell me anything? Where do we go? We? To tell you the truth, You fall into a crumbling heap on the floor. Oh, I can't wait for that. Is it going to hurt? Be over in a second. Terrific. I need this. A man merges with Modeste Originals. How's 4 points? You're knocking. 4 points is good. No, I got 2. You're kidding. No, you lose. Holy Christ. And I thought you were saving 6s. No, your deal. 20 points and 2 boxes. Shoot. I must fall on the floor, eh? I can't be standing over a sofa when it happens. No, play. Why not? Because you fall on the floor. Leave me alone. I'm trying to concentrate. Why must I fall on the floor? That's all I'm saying. Why can't the whole thing happen and I'll stand next to the sofa? I'll try my best. Now, can we play? That's all I'm saying. You remind me of Mo Lefkowitz. He's also stubborn. I remind him of Mo Lefkowitz. I'm one of the most terrifying figures you could possibly imagine. And him, I remind him of Mo. What is he? A farrier? You should be such a farrier. He's good for 80,000 a year. He got his own factory. 2 points? What? 2 points. I'm knocking. What you got? My hand is like a basketball score. And it's fate. If you didn't talk so much. What you mean before you said this was your first job? What does it sound like? What are you telling me? That nobody ever went before? Sure they went, but I don't take them. So who did? Others. There's others. Sure, each one has its own personal way of going. I never knew that. Why should you know? Who are you? What do you mean, where am I? Why, I'm nothing. Not nothing. You are a dress manufacturer, where you come to knowledge of eternal mysteries. What are you talking about? I make a beautiful dollar. I sent my 2 kids through college. One is in advertising, the other married. I've got my own home. I drive a Chrysler. My wife has whatever she wants. Mates, mink coats, vacations. Right now she's in Eden Rock. $50 a day because she wants to be near her sister. I'm supposed to join her next week. So what do you think I am? Some guy off the street? All right. Don't be touchy. Who's touchy? How would you like it if I got insulted quickly? Did I insult you? You didn't say you were disappointed in me. What do you expect? You want me to throw you a block party? I'm not talking about that. I mean, me, personally. I'm too short. I'm this, I'm that. I said you look like me. It's like a reflection. All right, deal. 68, 150. Well, you lose. I knew I shouldn't have thrown that 9. Damn it. So I'll see you tomorrow. What do you mean you'll see me tomorrow? I want that extra day. Leave me alone. You were serious. We made a deal. Yeah, but don't bat me. I want 24 hours. Come back tomorrow. I didn't know you were actually playing for time. That's too bad for you. You should pay attention. Where am I going to go now for 24 hours? What's the difference? The main thing is I won the extra day. What do you want me to do? Walk the streets? Check into a hotel? Go to a movie? Take a shiver? Don't make a federal case. Add the score again. Plus you owe me $28. What? That's right, Pastor. Here it is. Read. I have a few singles. Not $28. I'll take a check. From what account? Look who I'm dealing with. Sue me. Where do I keep my checking account? All right, give me what you got and we'll call it square. Listen, I need that money. Why should you need money? What are you talking about? You're going to the beyond. So you know how far that is. So where's gas? Where's tolls? We're going by car. You'll find out. Look, I'll be back tomorrow and you'll give me a chance to win my money back. Otherwise, I'm in definite trouble. Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Tando. Give her a round of applause, please. And now, having screwed up magnificently, I'm going to ask Natalie, our timekeeper, to give us the times. Natalie?
Okay, yes, I'm here. Okay, if we start with Karen, her speech was meant to be 5 to 7 minutes, and her time was 6 minutes, 15 seconds. Pendulu, also 5 to 7 minutes, and her time was 5 minutes, 10 seconds. Gamu was also 5 to 7 minutes, and her time was 5 minutes and 40 seconds. And then for Tandu, her time was 12 to 15 minutes, and she went to 16 minutes and 12 seconds.
Thank you very much, Natalie. Right, we now have a break. We are rather behind time. Do you want us to make this break shorter, or do you think we need a full 10 minutes?
I think it should be shorter.
Yeah, I personally think that we could easily make it 5 minutes.
5
yes,
minutes.
We need to make it shorter, and I think our evaluators had problems, so we might need help even from the audience with some of the evaluations.
Madam Toastmaster, would the evaluators like to confer? Should I create a breakaway room that they can confer in, or are we okay with them doing it individually? Can the evaluators just let us know?
I think it would be better for you to create a breakaway room for the evaluators because they think they can share the information.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
Right, so we'll come back. I make it 7:34. Can we come back at 7:40?
Yeah, definitely 7:40 should be fine.
Yeah, good.
Okay, great. Super, thank you very much. See you at 7:40.
Yes, I can hear you. Ines.
Right, our evaluators should found that they have an invitation to join the breakout room, including you, Ines, because it doesn't look like we're going to get Tato back again, unfortunately, and she did miss a lot of Tando's dramatic speech.
Abantu ukuthi ngiyakhuluma. Buwayi buzokwenzana la. Because we did but yes, speech it's not get really why go with the volume? Let's go the volume. Oh,
Hi, Judith.
Hi.
I want to call to order because Dominic is tied up.
Yes, he is tied up, and so's Rick. And I need the Zoom master to come and organize the Zoom for us. But all right, let's come to order, and we can start table topics. Okay, is everybody here? No, we're short a couple of
Yes,
people.
I'm here.
Yes, I'm here.
Right.
I'm here.
Great. So, oh, and Rick is here now too. Oh,
I'm also here.
All right. Has Ennius disappeared as well? Oh, okay. All right, we have a challenge. Ennius is evaluating to replace Tato now. And he didn't tell us what his table topics were. Would it work for us to... Sorry?
I
You
can
can do
jump
that.
in if you need to. Yep.
Righty-ho. Lovely, please do. Who am I speaking to? I didn't...
Karen.
Karen. Hi, Karen. Right, Karen. Welcome, Karen, with table topics. Okay, go for it.
Well done, Karen.
Woohoo! Great. So table topics is really an opportunity to practice your impromptu speeches, especially for the guests, if you're feeling brave enough. It's literally 1 to 2 minutes, and it's really lots of fun. And if you can do an impromptu speech, trust me, you can do a prepared speech because you've got a lot more time. So do I have any volunteers? Maybe put your either speak to me, or you can pop a message on the Zoom chat group. Come on, guys. It's going to be good. It's impromptu for me too. So we're all in the same boat.
Okay, I'll do it.
Excellent. Okay.
Do we have our timer? Sorry, do we have our timer back? Natalie back
Yes,
from break?
I'm here.
Fantastic. Okay, let's go.
Okay. What would you do differently if you knew nobody would judge you? Rick, what would you do differently if you knew nobody would judge you?
Oh dear me. What would I do differently if I knew nobody would judge me? I think I would be an awful lot more forthright. At Toastmasters, we learn to be polite. We learn to give helpful, constructive evaluations. There are times when I would love to tell a speaker that they really botched the job, that they just didn't cut it, they didn't prepare properly. Go away and do it again. Next time, preferably not next time, but next year. No, it's not really that bad. But that sort of thing does come up for me sometimes, I must confess. And in keeping with the Toastmasters values, which of course are integrity and respect. Now, integrity does come first, so that does provide a challenge, but respect as well. In keeping with respect, I try to phrase my evaluations gently and politely. Madam Table Topics Master.
Thank you, Rick. Thank you. Right, Gamu, did I see your hand up there?
Yes.
Gamu?
Yes.
Oh, excellent. Okay, great. So, Gamu, your topic is, what has life taught you recently? What has life taught you recently, Gamu?
Life has taught me that indeed it's the small things that matter most. I'm here in Joburg. My family is in Pretoria. We've got family in Zim as well, family in Europe as well. Technology has allowed us to communicate the same way we're capitalizing through our Toastmasters sessions. And just a few days ago, it was a reminder not to take those small things for granted. Being able to see your loved ones and hear their stories, their experiences, food for thought. On a good day without this pandemic that we're facing, one is always busy with something. And it was also a good reminder that if it's really, really important to you, you will make time. Right now, being confined in one space, you find a way to make time to appreciate those smaller things. Adding on to that, as I alluded to earlier, the ability to just walk outside the gate is, not everyone has that opportunity, given the context or the environments that they find themselves. So knowing that it's a choice one can make on a daily basis, all else being equal, that should not be taken for granted. The sound of birds, the sound of bikes on the road, a good moment to reflect and just appreciate those learnings once again. Madam Table Topics.
Thank you, Gamu. I 100% agree. I mean, I hear birds all the time here. We've got a little bird feeder and it's the most phenomenal sound. So thank you for that. Have I got another volunteer? One of our guests, maybe?
I raised my hand, Sibongile.
Fantastic, Sibongile. Thank you so much. Great. So your question, Sibongile, is there ever a time when giving up makes sense? Is there ever a time when giving up makes sense, Sibongile?
Wow, what a question, because I actually find myself in a position where I'm asking myself, do I give up or do I keep fighting? And giving up is not an option, because there is so much at stake that when you look back and you ask yourself the essential questions that, how does it impact the rest of my journey, my destiny, the people around me? I've got kids, I've got 3 girls. And so if I give up, what am I teaching them? What values am I instilling in them, that at every corner of challenge, you can have a choice to walk away or you fight? And I believe that the warrior in me will not allow me to give up. And so whatever comes my way, the warrior in me will always pursue it to the end until I find that golden port at the end of the rainbow. It doesn't matter how much it's going to cost me, I will get there. And if it means that I only give up at the end of the rainbow, then it means that I'm giving up, having known that I've given everything that is within me, that I didn't just give up, but I gave up knowing that there was nothing else to take from there. Thank you.
Thank you, Sibongile. That's such great inspirational messaging. And I think sometimes, you know, when you do think that you should give up, it's great that you say, don't give up for your children. You're their role model. And there's so much good. There's that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow at the end of the day.
Indeed.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have I got time for one more volunteer?
I'm not too sure about that. The evaluation committee is all back.
Oh, fantastic. Right. Okay, great. I will hand back over to
me, the evaluation chair.
Yes, thank you.
Hello, substitute evaluation chair here. I'm going to do my best. Yes, we heard some wonderful and creative speeches tonight. I look forward to hearing the evaluations and seeing where things went well and where things could be improved. Our first evaluator is me, Dominic, and I will be reading out and speaking about the evaluation of Karen's speech, A Journey of Leadership. Karen, would you mind turning your video on for me?
Sure. Yeah.
Cool, thank you. Karen, I found your speech very, very interesting. I found the way that you structured the speech to truly reflect a journey, a leadership journey. You spoke about what the questionnaire told you about your leadership styles, and you went on to explain how in the past you were bureaucratic. You mentioned in the beginning that you were democratic. So when you went back to the present moment, then we knew that you were democratic. And then there was an element of a future by referencing your boss's leadership style. So I thought that was really cool. So you correctly identified your style and the leadership style of others. And it seemed to allude to the effects that it would have on other people. I found your gestures and facial expressions very, very good. Especially, I made notes of your gesture when you were talking about making your own path. That was really cool. And then, yes, the contrast of the past, present, and future. You may want to work on your camera positioning. So what ended up happening was because the laptop screen was back, we got a little bit of this kind of view. And and I think that what could help is what I'm actually doing. I've propped my laptop onto a box. So I'm standing right now. And yeah, I just happen to have a lot of cardboard boxes around. Other than that, I'm not 100% sure, but I thought that you could maybe give more specific examples of your leadership style and how it could have affected other people. Although the rest of the committee didn't really feel that way. They thought you accomplished your goals very well. Relating to that, you could have left your boss's leadership style out, but then again, you wouldn't have that future element. So those are very tricky. And then lastly, I'd say to challenge yourself, and this one is a bit of a challenge, just to put in like extra enthusiasm. You already have enthusiasm. You already have a lot of enthusiasm. I just think that if you put in a little bit extra, really just put yourself out there, put that passion out there, I think that your speech will flow. I don't think you'll be worried so much about what you're thinking about the speech, and it'll just go with your feelings. And it'll just draw people in a little bit more. Again, not that you had a problem with that. Brilliant speech, well done, and thank you.
Thanks, Dom.
Pleasure. Okay, back to the evaluation chair, which I almost forgot was me. I would like to pass on the speaker privileges, or whatever you'd like to call it, to Jackie.
Thanks, Dom. Pendula, could you please start your video as well? Hi. So good evening, everyone, and especially to you, Mpendulo. I just want to start out by saying I really enjoyed the speech. I really enjoyed the strong opening that you had, how you started out with your imagery referencing squeezing lemons to make lemonade. You used your hand gestures really well, showing us how you were squeezing the lemon. Your vocal variety was great there. You used the word terrified and you kind of emphasized on that, and excited and fun time. You could see the excitement coming through. And then you set the stage, and I was really eager to hear what was coming next when you said you had woken up to your worst nightmare. You kind of paused a little bit. And then it flowed nicely into your body, where you gave us a detailed explanation of your day, and you kind of did the nice reveal by flopping down the curtain and had a surprise for us behind you, which was a really nice element added to your speech. I really enjoyed how you changed your language to French when you started saying how you were teaching your kid a new language. That was a great also use of your vocal variety. You added some humor that we could all relate to, about how your kids are taking stock of things in the kitchen, like we all have to take stock when we go to the shops. We can't just buy all the toilet paper. So I really enjoyed how you bringing the humor into the current situation, which isn't so humorous, but it was nice to have that flow through. And then I really liked how you ended. I could feel the love that you have for your kids and you as a mom, and how obviously in light of everything that's happening, you ended on a nice positive note, and you said, you know, like at the end of your day as well, you guys do reflection, and it's kind of at the end of this whole thing, like we should do a reflection on it as well, and we get to decide like whether lemonade is hard to squeeze or if it's a fun and exciting thing. So I really enjoyed the ending of your speech. The things you did really well, the things you asked me to look out for, I really enjoyed your vocal variety, the drive-through of McDonald's, using your hands to squeeze the lemons. It just clarifies and supports your words when you use those. The sweet lemonade, and you clicked your tongue. And I'm saying quite a lot. You also were very confident. Your voice was clear and strong. I've noticed in the past when you speak, it's a little bit nervous, so that was nice to see. Things you could work on. I couldn't see your hands all the time, so just the angle of your camera. And then carrying on your vocal variety and your gestures, because they were very natural, which complemented your whole speech. If you could just carry them on through your body and into your conclusion, just to keep that nice flow through. And yeah, just to conclude, it was very well structured. It was a great topic. I really enjoyed. I could relate to it as a mom myself. You gave me some great ideas. And the ending in a light note really just finished the whole thing and rounded it up nicely. And I look forward to your next one. Thanks.
Thank you.
Nice one. Yes, Mpendulo, your speech was very, very interesting visually to watch. Now we're going to be moving on to Didier, who evaluated Kamuchirai. Didier?
Hi. Good evening, everyone. Gamu, can you just switch on your camera? Okay, so I think the Gamu's speech was quite good, and it was quite a noble task, you know, to talk about your brother. And I might say my expectation was that I was thinking that you would probably come up with a speech whereby you play the role of a line manager and you have somebody like a subordinate and you're giving feedback. But having said that, the speech was quite well structured, and I like basically some of the word and the love that you express. But for instance, you made reference to your brother, and you say, I have two brothers, buy one, get one for free. You know, this type of expression was quite good because it shows how you care about your brother as well. And you even call him my dearest minister. So that was quite, you know, touchy and very loving. And I think as a whole, I mean, the speech was quite well structured in the sense that you were giving feedback, and it was aligned with the objective of your speech, which is to give feedback, more constructive feedback, to help somebody to improve. Because most of the time, people give feedback in a way that does not really help the other person to become a better version of themselves. So your speech was quite well prepared, and it's unfortunate that to some extent I lost my connection. So part of the speech, you know, I just couldn't be able to follow through, and when I got back, you were already done. But I had to rely on the committee of the other evaluator just to take the feedback as well. The only thing that I can recommend you, well, you can, you know, work on will be the facial expression, because since we're dealing with camera, you know, now we have to get used to Zoom. I think the facial expression play a key role. You can have a great speech, but the facial expression help you to get to the emotional side of the other people who are watching who are watching you. So that's the only advice and recommendation that I can give you just to improve on your next speech. But overall, the speech was fantastic. I really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Yes, a very noble effort made by Didier, who overcame technical issues in order to evaluate that very emotionally moving speech. Up next is Enyas, who is also making a noble effort, taking over at the last minute for Tando's evaluation. Aeneas?
Oh, sorry, guys. Sorry, sorry, Aeneas, to disturb. Did we make a decision about the tally counting for voting before we go into the last evaluation, in case we want to do that?
I've set up a survey and I will publicize the link in a moment. It's on Google
Fine.
Sheets. So you'll all be able to vote and it should tally it for me automatically, which would make life easy.
Okay, brilliant, Rex. Sorry, Aeneas.
Okay, I was also just going to jump in there and say, in the interest of time, I think, if you do that, it might push up to 8:30, which would be too late. All right, anyway, so just to evaluate Tando, firstly, thank you so much, Tando, for taking such a very difficult project and delivering it online. This was a play where you had to show different characters, vocally, physically, and emotionally. If we look at vocally, you were able to distinguish the different characters. There were two characters. You had to go with one with a loud voice and then the other one with a softer voice to distinguish the differences. However, in terms of physically, you did not show that distinction. I would have wanted you maybe to stand up and show the differences, or you could have moved a bit to say, this is the other character, and then this is the other character, to show that there's a dialogue, or you could have used then to show the different characters physically, because it's an online. The tempo, you showed the tempo in terms of the different characters, one high tempo and then the other one lower pitch, so that you managed to show. It was also very flowing because you were glued to your notes and you were reading your notes, and when each and every different character would move in, you'd show with your voice. So it flowed. There was a transition. The plot was well set up. We could understand the plot. Eye contact is one area that you could have worked on. You were too close to your screen. You should have maybe moved a bit far and then show with the gestures. So you were too close to your screen. I would have wanted you to move a bit away from, so that you could show the gestures. The areas that I would want you to work on is, in the beginning, please explain the characters. When you explain the characters, you show with your voice. So the other one with a softer voice, you show with a softer voice. With a high-pitched voice, you show this is the character with a pitched voice. For your emotions, use gestures. When you are saying very good, you just don't say very good. Very good. You say, come on. You're showing it with your gestures and your emotions as well. You were also glued on to your notes. You could have put your notes aside and then glance to your notes and then interact with us more. Areas that I liked for your presentation is vocal variety. The transition, we could understand the plot of the play. Areas that you can work on is to be able to use more of your gestures and explain the characters from the beginning using your voice. Altogether, well done for tackling this very difficult project online. I look forward to your next speech. Thank you. Over to you. Over to you, Evaluation Chair.
Thank you very much, Aeneas. And that's it. The evaluations are done. I believe that I am supposed to be handing over to our timekeeper, the very noble Natalie.
Okay, thank you. Okay, table topics, which were meant to be no more than 2 minutes. Rick's time was 1 minute and 15 seconds. Gamu's time was 1 minute and 35 seconds, and Sibugile's time was 1 minute and 29 seconds. For the evaluators, your evaluation was supposed to be between 2 and 3 minutes. Dominique's evaluation was 2 minutes and 44 seconds. Jackie's evaluation was 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Didier's was 2 minutes and 1 second. And Ennia's, who did the last one, was 3 minutes and 36 seconds.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, Judith, I think it's your turn to speak.
Right, thank you very much. I'll reveal myself in all my horror. Right. Can I have the counters report from Wicha, please? Wicha.
Thank you, Judith.
Wicha.
Karen had 1 and a few interjections of so, about 3 of those, and 3 buts, unintended interjections. Mpendulo used the words about 5 times, and so 8 times. Gamu, none. Didier, the words or the phrase are 10 times, and about 5 times. Tando, none. Rick, none. Swangile, no crutch words, but some interjections of and so about 3 times. Dominic, I almost lost count. I'm joking, Dominic. About 8 times, and so once. Jackie, 11 and interjections 3 times, and. Enya's, none. That will be all.
Thank you. Rick, the grammarian's report. Word buster, please.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. We had a number of people use the word of the day, which was gratifying, particularly seeing I didn't. Pendulo used it once, Gamu used it once, Didier used it once, but our champion of the evening made full use of his extra time as evaluations chair. Dominique used it at least 3 times. Well done, Dominique. I was somewhat preoccupied with my Zoom master job, I'm afraid, so I didn't make lots of notes. Just a few things that tickled my fancy. Karen, as I grew, others grew underneath me. Pendulo had a lovely pun between taking stock and the obvious sense of doing a stock take. So I liked that one. And there was another one that I've forgotten, sorry. One thing I would like to suggest by way of improvement, and I think I suggest it every time, so here it is. Ennius, you need to work on gestures, not gestures. I know it's spelt that way, but it's gestures like jam, not gestures the way it's spelt. Okay, thank you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Rick. I will now ask Dominique to give us his report on the meeting as a whole. Dominique.
Me? Not Patricia?
No, it's Patricia.
Is Patricia in?
Yes, it's Patricia.
Oh, hi, Patricia.
Yes.
Okay, welcome.
Thank you very much, Madam Toastmaster. Now, when a Nobel family invites you over to dinner, the last thing you want to comment on is the decoration and how you may or may not like it. So today, being my first, I would ensure I cushion my total evaluation of the meeting. I understand you've been a club in existence for 9 years, and so I won't comment too much on the format of the agenda, which I found to be a bit different from the usual Toastmasters template we have. And I think that also could have resulted in a bit of the confusion we may have gone through in terms of who introduces who and who takes over from who. Let me move on to the positives. I like the fact that being a virtual meeting and an online platform, you have instituted a Zoom master who basically will support the Toastmaster of the day in helping participants to adhere to the meeting protocols, the do's and don'ts. And I love the bit about Toastmaster Rick taking us through some of the tools at our disposal in terms of where to find what button and what to do as virtual audience members. So that was really good. Now, if you visit Toastmasters.org, the current template has been changed a bit, but most of the content in terms of who takes over from who, especially for general evaluator role, I got a bit confused because ideally the general evaluator is supposed to introduce the role players, especially timer, counter, grammarian, and then also calls for their reports and then gives a general overview. But it's good because we're learning from different Toastmasters across the globe. And as I said, this being my first, I don't want to critique too much. The initial introduction by the president and engaging all of us, I think should move a little bit ahead of the start time of the meeting. I remember contacting TM and us and asking him that I was trying to join the meeting room at least 10 minutes prior to the start time, but it was not opened by the host. So I would encourage in future for all members who would wish to have the opportunity to say something before the meeting to try and get into the meeting room before the start time, so that during table topic section instead, you offer the opportunity for other non-role players to give a word or two. I recently joined a Toastmasters meeting by Gemstones of Nigeria. We had well over 70 participants. So I can't imagine how you would ask a membership beyond 30 to introduce themselves individually. That took almost 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes of our time. So that's just a cue for the president. I also wanted to congratulate all speakers. Your message, you could see, was well rehearsed, it was practiced, and it was very insightful. And time has been fast spent, so I won't go further into the different details. Your speech evaluators have done a wonderful job and given you so much constructive feedback, and I hope you can incorporate it. And I will give one comment for the reading, the speech project that entailed reading. For such speeches or projects to be more effective, sometimes it helps. I know it becomes tricky, but it helps if you have 3 character voices, then it helps you to actually challenge yourself to vary. When it's just 2, you end up finding yourself stuck with the same voice or the same tone, and that's where the H was, I think, for Thundrum. I'm not seeing the timer. I hope she's timing me. I also wanted to congratulate Table Topics Master who took on the role extempore and led us through the Table Topics session with such engaging and thought-provoking questions. So this is my brief evaluation for today. Thank you for having me, and I'll send any other comments to TM and IS. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed, Patricia. Much appreciated. A great evaluation. Thank you. I will hand over now to the President, Shamiso. My role is complete.
Thank you very much to all those who attended with us. I was just waiting for Rick to quickly give me the winners of the contest, but I haven't yet received it. But what we usually do as a club is have a best prepared speech, best table topics, and best evaluator, just to encourage each other. And in the interest of time, I don't know if Rick, you've got it.
Thank you, Madam President. I would like to give a few seconds for anybody who still wants to respond. I have 15 responses. As soon as a response comes in, it shows on the graph, so I don't have to add anything up, which is wonderful with this system. So anybody who still wants to make a response, as I say, I only have 15, and we have some 21 participants. So if you want to vote, vote now, or you're about to lose out. 3,
okay.
2, 1. Okay, I'm closing responses. And
thank you to all those who voted.
Right, I will now share my screen so that, oh, before I do that, let's start, if we start with table topics. Now, we're going to have to do this virtually. So here's the table topics trophy. So if you can virtually take it from me to hand it to the winner, that will be great. I will then share my screen and you can see who the winner is of the table topics.
I know this is taking a bit of time, but we felt it's very important to just encourage people with the award at the end of each meeting. It's something that we're doing initially, and now with the virtual side, we thought, let's carry on with it. But anyway, for table topics, I would like to say congratulations to Rick with what you did differently.
No,
yes.
no, sorry, you're not reading it right.
Table topics today, and well done, Rick.
Sorry, you're not reading it right. Beg your pardon, you're not reading it right. We have a tie in table topics, and the tie is between Gamu and Sibongile.
Sorry, did I get it right?
No, the tie is
Okay,
tie is between Sibongile and Gamu.
Okay, this is for everybody. So our actual winner for the sorry, Rick, sorry, everybody, we seem to have a tie, right?
Yes.
Hi, Rick.
Yes, there's a tie in table topics between Gamu and Sibongile. So congratulations to those two.
Will you share that? Thank you so much.
Right then.
Welcome, Sibongile.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm so excited.
And next is
best evaluator.
Is the evaluator here.
So let me scroll up a little bit. So overwhelmingly, Jacqueline.
Jacqueline, well done.
And finally, the best speaker of the evening. Overwhelmingly, Mpendulo.
Well done, Mpendulo.
Thank you, Madam
Thank you
President.
very much. As this is our first time doing the awards online, we'll obviously learn on how to improve on it for the next meeting. But thank you very much to, well done to our winners. And next time it will be more smooth, I hope. Thank you all for staying over time. It's 22 minutes after, but like we're saying, it's still a learning process, and hopefully next time we'll improve in terms of time as well. And taking our general evaluators' comments, we will learn how to squeeze everything within the 2 hours. And are there any announcements from the floor? Anybody? I don't see a hand up.
Yes. Madam President, can you please make the announcement for the nominations and the head of the committee?
Oh yes, I was going on to that after the dinner.
All right.
Okay, as a committee, as a committee, our term ends in June, and we are obviously at a point where we want to help groom the next people who will be taking over as a committee. So if you would like to nominate yourself or to nominate someone who you think is capable and able to take over a role, we have seven roles that need to be taken up. If you feel you want to do one of the roles, please contact our nominations committee. We've got Tembi, who is not here, but she's the IPP, and she's supposed to be the chair for this, and there's Enias and myself. So you can contact any one of us, Enias, Tembi, or myself, if you've got someone you'd like to nominate into the next committee. We need time to just discuss with them, obviously, if they're interested, and to just let them know more about the roles. You are allowed to nominate yourself, so please do so if you'd like to be the next committee. Enias, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Okay, just to add to that, the positions that are currently being contested for would be the president, VPE, VPM, VPPR, secretary, treasurer, sergeant at arms. Everyone is up for nomination, so you can nominate anyone except the president and myself and the IPP, which is Tembi. Otherwise, everyone is up for nomination. So you are free to nominate everyone, and then from there, as the nomination committee will then make a decision and then come back to those people that would have been nominated. Then we've proposed that the AGM would be on the first meeting of May, where we have to choose where we have to elect the committee, so that we give ourselves time to load the committee members onto the portal, and they can then start performing their duties. So that's it with me. Thank you.
Thank you, Enias. If you've got any questions, please feel free to contact any of the 3 people mentioned for the next committee. Any other announcement? Rick, you had your hand up.
Thank you, Madam President. Yes, next Monday, the 20th of April, is our Area H2 contest. And I have a stake in this because I'm your contestant. So I would appreciate the support of the Mariswe members. It will be online, so no need to travel anywhere. Thank you.
Sorry, Rick, have you sent us a link to join that? Do we join like another Zoom meeting?
It will probably be a Zoom meeting. Maud Nale, who would be organizing it as our area director, has not given the link out yet, so we await it with trepidation.
Okay.
We will put the link on the group, and yeah, for everyone who wants to join the meeting. And I'm sure we would appreciate all our support. Okay, our next meeting is on the 28th of April. And as usual, let's take up roles and do this. Any other announcements from anyone? Okay, once again, thank you all for joining us, and we will see you on the 28th. I declare the meeting closed. Goodbye.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
We can keep the meeting open for a little bit if people still want to chat.
Not a problem.
Looks like most people want an early night.
Rick, thank you for coming up with the voting. That was like so easy and so fast.
That was a bit impromptu because we're supposed to have a thing called polling as part of Zoom.
Rick, I can't hear you. Are you muted or am I doing something wrong?
I'm not muted.
Okay. The wrong earphones on. Sorry, you're saying?
I was saying it was a bit impromptu because Mpendulo believed that she had set up or got her company to set up polling on Zoom, which is one of the features in the paid version, and we just don't have it here, so I improvised.
And that worked very well because it was just like 2 seconds you're voting, it's gone.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Okay, great. Be well.
Have a good evening.
Thanks, and you.
Thank you.